Hello. Oh, day, Tuesday night. Probably been a week or so, or just 5. Haven't been up. I'm maybe hopping into um get a quick tab last. Now we of Jacopo, his wife happens white haired girl again in 8th to 9th century New York.
Yeah.
Jacopo's a pretty stand up
It's
He is a
definitely doesn't completely suck.
yeah.
Oh.
He let's just say he's a fan. Uh, no, Jacobo, terrible person. Treats the white haired girl like ass. Uh, Voted to off. And apparently, Jacobo is also a familia from Sicily.
It seems, yeah, definitely.
Thinks Tommy
Who probably is not actually like a blood family member.
probably
It's
not.
more of like a family,
You know,
quote unquote.
Uncle Tommy.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but now he's getting some insecurities. Thinks his wife
Uh-huh.
maybe we ended
For
up
some reason, he seems to be concerned that she may not be happy. I could not imagine where he's gotten that impression from. But
who
his
could
response
say
has been to lash out
a
with
little bit
jealous paranoia.
and and lock her away even more so than she already has been.
Which, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like I'm pretty sure she wasn't like. I mean, she can't go outside
Yeah.
generally overly much, and like it was a problem. Like she had to sneak down to the hall. Like I don't. Yeah, it did not. He wasn't even home, and she was sneaking out of her room. So it feels like that's a marginal change to the overall status quo.
Let's hope things get better for the white haired girl.
I don't
Uh
think they are. It
well,
seems like a consistent theme has been that they don't.
third time's a charm, Eric.
Yeah, right. Yeah, third time lucky.
Let's
Absolutely.
well we're gonna hop into it and let's find out. We left on a pretty heavy note here. I believe the last line to show up was go.
Oh
Uh
yeah.
Jacobo, take it from here.
I'll kill you if she leaves her room or whatever. I think. Right. This is the maid, probably. Right. Okay. Jacopo, the master of the house, likely loved the white-haired girl. Mm, that is what I saw in their exchange.
That's what you saw, mate.
Yeah, really? I don't know if we define that word the same way. Normally, love is supposed to be a sweet, warm, wonderful emotion. Makes you care for, value that person even more than yourself. But it was the exact opposite for him,
So the
which seems like
exact
that would mean it's
opposite of
not
love.
love, right? Yeah, it's weird how you would classify that as the same thing somehow still. Uh, I never knew that love could be such a painful thing. How did his love end up so twisted? What did he expect to happen by confining and abusing the woman he loved? But really, though, it's almost like that last part isn't a part of it. Anyway, perhaps he was conscious of that. To be human is to sometimes find oneself driven by uncontrollable internal impulses. A few days later, Jacopo dragged the white haired girl from her chamber and led her outside. The garden she had once loved was now a thing of the past. It had become a dreary space, nary a rose in sight, and being taken there did nothing to improve her mood, only sadden her further. The cold gray piles of metal freckling the barren earth seemed to mock her. Yeah, it's like an interesting choice for that. Like, I get it. Like, dotting is what, it's like the same kind of, but yeah, I've not heard freckled used that way. It's interesting. Anyway, her husband led her, the lady of the house, to a shed. Oh, God, that had been repurposed into a Spartan living area. She begged and pleaded, but Jacopo would not have it. He shoved her into the sad little shack and locked the door.
Great. Jacopo gets
Cool.
better and better every day.
It's clearly improved. Everything is so much better now. Jesus. Is that the shack? That's a cottage. I would describe that as a cottage. I mean, it's not nice, but it's better than I was thinking. Telling you, Maria has got to come in with the murder, off the turnbuckle. It had been several days since Jacopo had locked her in the shed, and her day to day life was only growing more arduous. She was under constant surveillance. The door was only unlocked to deliver her meals 3 times a day. Jesus. And despite what an unfortunate situation their employer's wife found herself in, the maids chattered and gossiped and giggled freely. Not even in the shadows, out of her presence, the tactless young maidservants whispered directly to the white haired girl when they brought her meals. Ugh. I could almost hear the sound of cracks forming in her heart. I imagined she had gotten to the point where she was having difficulty merely holding herself together. She had done nothing wrong, and yet she was forced to live this life of insults and mockery, of ridicule. The only reason her tenuously held together spirit did not completely shatter was because she had her one and only ally. The maid Maria volunteered to attend to the white haired girl. Maria took over the duty of delivering her 3 meals, meaning the other maids stopped coming by. And that relieved the white haired girl's mental and emotional stress considerably. Maria became her sole conversation partner, her sole companion. She did not leave as soon as meals were finished, instead, remaining in the shed with the white haired girl for some time. So, madam, how about a funny story? Flubbed up pretty hard the other day. Do you want to hear about that? So, a couple of days back, I didn't get enough sleep the previous night, right? I'm helping out the kitchen, half awake, plating up some food. And when I go to bring it out to the guest, my heart leaps out of my mouth. Guess why? What I thought was a plate was actually an ashtray. Man, I was sweating like a pig. I guess the guests didn't seem to notice, but the other maids were pale as ghosts the entire time. Just about everyone had themselves a case of the vapors. I got quite the tongue lashing at cleanup. Pretty funny, huh? Focusing on the wrong part. Yeah, yeah. Hey, madam, I know there's not much point in telling you to cheer up right now, but I'm sure he won't keep you locked up forever. He's just a bit crabby for now.
He had a shed built. I think
Yeah,
the
I
maid.
don't. This is brick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Not accurate. Telling you, do the murder, Maria. It's the only way. It'll be all right. Although, guess this is a bit drastic for a temper tantrum. Yeah. Oh, fucking shit. Oh, god damn it. I'm sorry. One sec here. I'm getting a call from work.
Sure. Well,
All right. Sorry about
welcome
that.
back.
Minor crisis there. All good now. I'm sorry, madam. If only I had pushed him a bit harder. If only I had a little more influence, you might not be in this situation. I thought I could be of some help, but I guess I'm not doing a great job of that. Murder. Still, though, I feel so worthless. Because I'm just a maid. I can't set you free. Murder. You have access to all his food. There's a dozen other maids. What? What do you mean you're used to it? She's been living like that. He never locked your door before. Huh. Weird. I'm sure that it's simply the exhaustion getting to you, madam. No one should ever be used to living like this. Has getting mad at him never crossed your mind? Yeah, when he yells, you yell back. Let him know he's in the wrong. Ever considered doing that? I guess you're not one to get angry, madam. Which would mean you're a better fit for the Holy Mother than me. Oh, don't look so down. It's not a bad thing. It's just it's just got you in a little bit of a pickle right now. But I'll clear everything up with him. You hear me? In my mind, your modesty's a virtue. And the more I think about it, I can't even imagine you screaming. I like you better the way you are, reserved and ladylike. You can leave all the yelling to me. I'll do whatever I can to help you, madam. Oh, about that. Sorry, he just wouldn't hear it. But I'm not throwing in the towel. I'll keep trying as long as it takes. So, uh, yeah, sure. Let me have it. A letter to someone who lives in the same house. Decent chance he'll actually hear what you say. Hmm. A letter, huh? Interesting. Absolutely. Not a problem. Why? How did this happen? Why would she betray me? I wanted to give her a decently happy life. I didn't want to get violent with her. Yet when I saw her face, when I heard what she had to say, I couldn't restrain myself. I guess what it comes down to is that no matter how you dress it up, I'm still a Berzadi. There was never any way for this bloodline to give that girl happiness. God damn it. Why am I fretting over this nonsense? And I'm supposed to be the future head? Suppose that maybe does make you soft in that world. I have no, like relative to the folks you're dealing with. I have no idea. That's how it works. Reach out your hand and try to grab them. You won't be able to. I didn't think you actually would. It's almost frightening how much innocence rests within those hands. It's as if they've been completely cut off from all the world's filth. My hands, however, are soaked in blood. I fear that bringing her into my world may taint her. Am I capable of protecting this woman's purity? You just start with not assaulting her. Pro tip.
F1.
And yet, yeah, like don't do crime. Step 3. Profit. Okay. And yet, as I watched her so joyously play, I felt as though I had gotten close to her. I was the one being a child that day. Oh, we're good. I get to jump back and forth between these two again. We'll see if I can make it happen. It's a weird place. I don't have, anyway. Jacopo, it's me, Maria. Is it all right if I come in? Ah, ah, Maria. It's fine. Come in. All righty. Color me surprised. I didn't think you'd let me in. Have I ever denied you access to my room? Nope, but you've been looking pretty calm lately. I've never been a cheery man. True enough. know you told me before not to talk about your wife, but I'm not. I'm going to stick my nose where it doesn't belong today. There's been a lot of chatter among the maids lately going about you getting rough with her. I mean, you've got the poor thing locked in a shed up outside. You're not leaving the best impression on anyone. You hear the box my ears. I don't know. 50-50. The other half is I'm concerned about you. I know you're not the kind of man to threaten someone without a good reason. You're not. I thought you were friends with her. I am. And it hurts seeing her in so much pain. Then why has that not changed the way you act around me? I would think you'd be scorning me with the rest of the maids. Oh, well, I see how it is. You don't trust me. And we've known each other for so long. This isn't a question of whose side I'm on. You're in a pain too. I can see that. You've always bottled things up, kept them hidden. You're too proud to rely on others, but you should probably vent to someone before it reaches a point where you no longer can. Say, Jacopo, do you remember the promise we made a while back? How far back? Back when you were still shorter than me? You were 14 and I was 12. I had to leave town and you came to see me off. Quite frankly, I didn't think you'd come. I was surprised, even if I didn't show it. Huh. Jacopo, where's your dad? Or are you here alone? He didn't even tell me. Ah, there's no reason you have to leave town. My old man says the Campanellas have more power. I should be the one leaving. It's not that simple. Grown-ups have a lot to consider. So don't give me that look, Jacopo. Right. Okay. We were kids, but we both kind of started to catch on to the situation with our families and the bonds that land held on us. Although we didn't know any of the details at the time. My grandpa owned all the land the city was built on, and he was a very conservative man, but whatever. He didn't try to spread his influence, instead opting to fortify what he already had. I don't know exactly when it first started, but organizations were used to administrate cities. And when we were kids, my dad was the capo familia, and my grandpa was his consigliere. Not sure British was the right choice. Oh well. But just because he was an advisor didn't mean he was powerless. Well, my dad made the decisions. My grandpa was the only one allowed to fight him on them. Your father was a capodecana, maybe? That served under my dad. He wasn't especially happy about that. But parents quarreling doesn't affect their kids, or at least that's what I thought at the time, and what you probably thought too. But there was still a chance that we'd be caught in the crossfire, so my dad decided to send me and my mom away, off the island to the north where there were some more prosperous areas. He thought that by sending us there, we could live our lives clean regardless of where we came from. There's no changing what's in your blood, though. You could have told me too. Or were you planning on leaving without saying anything? No, it was just all decided so quickly. Why do you sound so accepting? Adults have a lot to consider. You bet they do. But you could at least let them know you're opposed to it, Maria. But no, your tail went straight between your legs as soon as you were told. You just gave up and accepted it straight away. I thought you were better than that. You think I don't know that? But I'll just be in my dad's way if I stay. I'm a kid, a girl. I wouldn't be of any help if something happened. I don't want to need someone to protect me. I've never once thought of you as a girl. You know, that's mean. Oh, geez, thanks, Jacopo. Now you're getting me all mushy, too. If anyone should be sad here, it's me. I'm not sad. Oh, really? You sure you're not actually torn that I won't be around anymore? You're a huge crybaby after all, Jacopino. Hey, when have I ever cried? And don't call me that. Haha, I made you mad. Short fused as ever, I see. You've got to learn to keep your head. You're a man, an heir to the Berzadi family. Don't you lecture me. So pig-headed. You could at least listen to me this once before I'm gone. Man, it's flopping all over the place. Ugh. Hey, Maria, got a little time to spare? Yeah, but not much. The carriage is going to be here soon. Do you have enough for a trip to the hill and back? Yeah, I should have time for that. Because our families weren't really able to get along with the other kids in the city. Oh, because of our families, whatever, we weren't. So we played a lot up on the top of that hill. It became kind of like our little secret lair. There was an abandoned house up there, I guess an old farmhouse or something, and kids love that sort of thing, you know. We called it Casa Nostra, our home, and we pretended it was actually ours. We drew circles on the wall in chalk and used it for target practice. We brought up a bale of straw, and used it to make makeshift beds. When either of us got into fights with our parents, we'd stay the night here instead of home. In retrospect, I'm sure they knew where we were going and just let us do our thing. Oh yeah, there was this one time when we were playing and a huge storm rolled in, trapping us up there. The wind wasn't just howling, it was screaming bloody murder. It was blowing so hard I thought the house might fly away. As I recall, you were crying that night. Hey, Nero, you hear this? Oh, whoops, wrong. Hey, Nero. Right, well. Hey, Nero, you here to see me off too? Ah, there you go, wagging your tail with that dumb look on your face. You have no idea what's going on, do you? It wasn't just the two of us who had made Cosa Nostra our home base, though. There was one more, a stray black dog. I'm pretty sure it didn't actually have black fur, though. It was just really, really dirty. Of course he doesn't. He's a stupid animal. Oh, don't talk about him like that. He's one of us. What were you planning to do about Nero? Just leave him behind? Hmm? Nothing else I can do. Can't bring a dog in the carriage. Besides, you're here, so it'll be fine. You take care of Nero, all right? He doesn't like me. You're the only one who can take care of him. Maybe so, but I'm not coming back. You'll starve to death if you don't figure something out. He's a puny runt. I doubt he could win in a fight for scraps. Come on, do it for me. You said you won't be coming back. Did you mean that? You absolutely never returning to this town. There's no telling what may or may not happen, so it's best not to get your hopes up. Better that than the pain of getting let down. Well, I've turned into quite the cynic, huh? Maybe if I'd been born into a more normal family, I'd be in a room, in a pile of dolls about now, my head in the clouds. I can't imagine you doing that, nor do I think that's normal. Uh, well said. Hey, stop that, Nero. Quit licking me. That tickles, and you reek. Maria. What is it? Come back. I don't care if you don't know when it'll be. Just don't say you'll never return. No one knows how things are gonna end up. Maybe my old man will gain more power, or maybe yours will. If things continue as they are, it'll be your old man. Then, down the line, I will work in service of the Campanella family. And that's just fine by me. But even if that's not the future that lies ahead, I promise I will make a place for you. So, Maria, question: do you have a crush on me? Slade. Get got. What? Kidding. I'm just kidding. No need for a conniption fit. I was just playing around. Here I am trying to have a serious conversation, and then you. Listen to me. I don't have any of those, those kinds of feelings for you. I consider you a lifelong friend, my one and only friend. That's why I came to see you off, and that's why I'm telling you this now. Whether you're a girl or a boy is irrelevant. Friendship lasts much longer than something so fanciful as romance. Am I wrong? Don't laugh, damn it. It's humiliating. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I agree entirely. Yeah, we've always been on the same page, Jacopo. Maybe we did fight a lot, but there wasn't one we didn't get through. No one no one understood just how lonely it was wearing a mask for all the other kids trying to fit into their happy little circle. We couldn't afford to be found out after all. Neither of us had any real allies, except for each other, of course. Nope. I'm glad I got the chance to play with you. If you hadn't been there, I probably wouldn't have been. Haven't. I probably wouldn't have bothered caring for Nero either. It was too funny watching him chase you around. You're a sick girl, Maria. Uh-huh. So, hey, Jacopo, this place will still be Cosa Nostra even after I leave, right? You won't do anything to it, will you? Of course not. This is our home. That was always the plan. Right. Thanks. Don't you know, you being all nice is kind of creepy, Jacopo. It's not going to start snowing, is it? How rude. Uh, well, if you're gonna be like that, I'm not sure I want to give it to you. Oh, give what? A present? You should have said so sooner. Gimme. You don't have a shred of tact, do you? What's the matter? Come on, what did you bring? Let me have it, soldier. Oh man, consider this a temporary parting gift. You've been wanting one of these for a while. Ooh. It's a Super Nintendo cartridge. Nice. For your new N64. Is that a cartridge? Sweet. From a Colt Navy. It's an ammo, like a bullet. Why didn't you want a bullet? Just a bullet? Maybe I don't understand. No way. Did you swipe it? No, probably catch hell for it too. Wow, wow, wow. This is amazing. Always wanted to get my hands on the real thing. This is from the one hanging up in your house, isn't it? The one your dad is always bragging about. Whoops, bad words. They just started selling them this year, and it's ridiculously hard to get your hands on one. Also, I hear, man, guns from the New World or something else, all right. I'll just imagine in the moment the hammer comes down on the back of this, sends chills down my spine. uh, you sure you're a girl going crazy over a bullet cartridge? What's the big deal? I like what I like. You'll get in big trouble if you don't put this back, though, won't you? Don't worry. I'll return it when you return. And I won't tell anyone I gave it to you. Okay. Well, I guess I'll take you up on that then. Thanks, Jacopo. It'll be my treasure. This goes without saying, but don't you lose it. I'm giving it to you as a symbol of our friendship. No matter how far apart we may be, or how much time may pass, or how things play out with our families, we will always be friends. That cartridge symbolizes that promise. It's a promise, Jacopo. Our families may outwardly hate each other, but I'll always be your friend, always be by your side. And don't you ever go back on those words. I swear upon this glorious cartridge, this historic land, and the names of my ancestors, I shall not make myself a liar. There. I trust you, Maria. We'll meet again. It may be many years from now, but that won't change a thing. Our friendship will never fade. Whew.
Good job, buddy.
Give me a sec. God, you were adorable back then, and short to boot. But now you've hardened so much. I was flabbergasted when I next saw you, dressed all fancy from head to toe. You'd become quite the smug little bastard, I thought. You sure weren't that little kid anymore. You have quite the memory. Well, yeah, I don't forget my promises, and I'll never forget never forget I said I'd always be at your side. The question is, did you remember? I did. I remember every word you said that day. And as I said, I left Cosa Nostra as it was. Though it is quite some distance away now. I imagine if we went back and did a little work on it, we could have it looking just like old times. When it was an abandoned farmhouse that we lived in as kids. A Nero. I'm sorry, you just gonna like run off with him? Hold on. Is that the play here, Maria? Like, I'll fix it. I don't think that they're supposed to just be friends, but yeah,
That old dog we
obviously.
made friends with 15 years ago.
That
Is he
random
still alive?
stray from our childhood, clearly not dead. Yeah. He, about a year after you left, he suddenly disappeared.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, he ran away to a farm up north. Um, and just for the record, I did take care of him as you told me to. I'm guessing he got into a fight with another stray or something. I searched, but could never find him. Oh, well. It has been more than a decade.
He's dead, Maria.
He's a stray. I don't think that was happening. That wasn't going to go great. I'm not sure. Not everything's going to be exactly the same. You, however, haven't changed a bit from the girl you were all those years ago. Neither have you. Sure, you seem different on the outside, but at your core, I believe you haven't changed at all.
Oh, well then.
Right, yeah. Still the same old Jacopino. Could you not call me that? I have changed quite a bit, unlike you, and I'm well aware of it. Say, Jacopo, do you consider me supportive of everything you could have said? Of course you are. You're constantly supporting me, past and present. You're proof of the existence of a kind of friendship that can transcend gender, blood, and any other such distinctions. You know, it's honestly kind of bizarre seeing you without a stick up your ass. Wow, harsh words. Come on now, hear me out. You almost had me blushing there. Anyway, before you put the stick back up there, tell me something. Am I still your only ally? You are. Yeah. Of everyone in this mansion, I'm the only one. Yes. If she would at least have a little more. The madam. I didn't actually intend to treat her like that. Believe me, Jacopo, I know. I mean, from a girl's perspective, what you did is pretty awful.
I mean, that's
I mean, or,
selling it kind of
literally
short.
fucking anyone. But whatever. But hey, I'm not a girl, according to you anyway. I will always be on your side, no matter what. God, I feel as though I'm being consoled. Hmm? That's what I was going for. I should have never opened up to you. Uh-huh. Ah, hey, now's not probably not the best time to bring this up, but I have a letter. A letter written by the madam here. A letter from my wife. Let me see it. Well, he seems to actually be reading it. What the hell am I reading? I was considering. Oh, yeah. I was considering keeping it a secret, but having seen it, I thought hiding it from you might only hurt you more, so I decided it was best to show you. Who is this? Who is this letter for? It's as if, but that can't. I love you. she writing to? I don't know this man. Take a deep breath, Jacopo, and listen to me. The madam is having an affair.
I was
Oh,
wondering if it
damn.
like you have a way of picking out that voice for characters who are treacherous.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, so like it did seem like she had a weird like runoff. I don't know. Yeah. It's like an odd situation here, but
The house in Fata Morgana.
I didn't think I expected her to be like, yeah, I definitely thought she was like a good person.
Uh
That
huh.
sucks.
Jacopo.
Um, I haven't changed a bit. If you seriously believe that, then I've got news for you, pal. Anyone who acts the same as they did in the past is doing just that. Acting. That's some good shit. Much like I do around you. Yeah, it could be Maria,
Yeah, it's
actually.
Maria.
I think that's what it was. Is she just trying to kill him? That's what it is. She's on some revenge for whatever happened to her dad. Okay. Absolute madwoman. Got it. Our friendship will never change. Ha, what a fucking joke. You picked the wrong girl to put your trust in, and they call you astute. Can you taste the fucking irony? Well, that just makes things easier for me. My God, it's suffocating playing the good girl. That stupid, cheerful little ray of sunshine, Maria. Ugh, sickening. On the other hand, the payoff is fantastic. I can't stop. God, watching him lose his cool was incredible. My sides just hurt just thinking about it. Yeah, they got this one got I feel like more caught off guard with than I expected. It's fun now. I feel like I'm back on track, but like that was cool. I didn't see that coming when she came out with the letter. I definitely thought it was going to be the letter she said it was. I had not picked up on the like nefarious. Anyway, you're saying you're telling me she wrote this. Who else could have written it? It's in her handwriting. Why? Why? Why must she continue to betray me? Has she not taken enough already? What else could she possibly want from me? I told her to stay away from my gatherings. I had the rose garden torn down, and yet still she finds other men. I warned her, told her it wouldn't happen again, that if she betrayed me one more time, I'd kill her. Jacopo, out of my way, Maria. I have to talk to her. I have to ask her what this letter's about, who this man is. And depending on how she answers. Hold it, Jacopo. Calm down. Silence. How am I supposed to stay calm right now? Listen to me. Relax. You try and talk to her right now, and you aren't going to get anywhere. You're aware of just how frenzied you are, right? Whatever. Besides, you think she's going to tell you the truth even if you do manage to ask? Of course not. She may look all prim and proper, but that's not the real her. I don't think she's a bad person, but not a bad person. The woman who wrote this letter to another man, she crossed the line, you hear me? I agree with you there. She's gone too far with this letter. Yeah, but remember, she's your wife and the daughter of a noble. You know exactly what will happen if you lose control of yourself and do something to her. It's not gonna look good for you. She she may be nobility, but I have the Kosa. We have our own way of taking care of these kinds of problems. Still, it's plain as day it'll only make a bigger mess. No one else knows about this yet. Are you telling me to act like nothing's happening when she so blatantly disrespects me? Jacopo, could you let me take care of it? I'm friends with the madam, you know that. She'll listen to me. So I'll make sure it gets through to her just how much you care about her. I couldn't ask you. It would be disgraceful. That's nothing to be ashamed of. What did I tell you? I'm on your side and you're on mine. We're in this together. You can ask me things you couldn't ask the others to do. I have tight lips. Anything you ask, I'll keep it absolutely under wraps. Damn it. You're right. Yes, you're right. I'm well aware that I always lose myself in her presence. If I try talking to her now, I probably will do something rash. Yes. I'll probably. I'll make sure everything works out. Got it? You and the madam can go back to the way things used to be, so you don't have to suffer anymore. I'll take care of it. I'm the only one who understands your pain, and I'm the only one who can help you out of it. Maria. Oh, don't make that face, Jacopino. Thank you, Maria. Please let her know that even if she is seeing other men, and even if she does silently mock me for not being of noble blood, that I still love her, that I don't want to raise my hand against her.
Maria.
Mm-hmm. You love her? That's a riot. You're too busy chasing your stacks of paper. You don't have what it takes to truly love a woman. Facts and logic. I will say, though, I was surprised you lost your head that badly. Quite a little crush you've got on her. You could just sit down and talk to her like a rational human being, and presto, all your problems would be solved. But you can't even manage that, which is why you're in this predicament. Once you're convinced of something, Jacopo, you never let go of it. And she's too timid to speak up for herself. Sorry, madam. I got nothing against you. I just didn't expect things to go quite this well. There's no stopping now. Not when I've got this much momentum. Also, watching a pretty girl like you break down gives me goosebumps. Clearly a healthy response. You're still convinced I'm the only person you can trust. Woof.
Buddy.
Well, yeah, about that. Oh no, he took it. Just, don't feel too bad about this, madam. He said he's too busy with work. And he tossed the letter aside. I told him to make sure he writes you a reply, but he hasn't gotten around to it at all. Wild. It kills me to see you like this, madam. I don't get why he has to be so heartless. To be so heartless. Not even taking a little bit of time out of his day to read the letter you poured your soul into writing. It's unacceptable. Man. She's really trying to get to wind her up so
Uh-huh.
hard.
Uh-huh.
Like, madam, after everything he's done to you, you still think he means well?
I
Damn.
uh,
She's way
think
too good.
that the day will come.
Just impossible. I cannot believe it. Madam.
So
Oh
once more.
my god. Yeah, okay. If you're fine with me praying, I'll pray. I'll get down on my knees for you, madam. I'll have faith.
Oh, I don't know who's worse now, Maria or Jacopo.
Yeah. I'll give him as many as you want, as many as it takes for you to get through to him. You really ought to learn not to be so trusting, madam. Take a real close look, and you'll see exactly who it was that ground your happy little life into dust. Thank you, Maria. I am the reincarnation of the Mother of God. Yeah, not ideal. Oh god. Oh god, I can't hold back the laughter. This is a stage of my own creation. We didn't have enough actors, so the playwright had to take on a role herself. But that only adds to the excitement. Yes, that this is all my masterpiece. You're just ignorant puppets dancing to my tune. From the first shot to the last, blind to whose finger is sitting on the trigger. Listen to me, Jacopo, and try to keep your head. I saw the madam meeting with another man behind your back. You know the arch in the rose garden? The far side's out of sight from the mansion, making it a perfect place to hide. I saw her back there. From the looks of it, the madam is having her meetings with one of the men who comes to your business gatherings. And they don't act like they're just friends. But just to be clear, I don't have any solid proof, so it'd be best if you didn't mention this to her yet. You wouldn't want to start throwing around accusations only to find out too late that it was all a big misunderstanding. I'll get to the bottom of it so you. I think the madam might have her eyes on several men. Being a woman, you know, I can tell these things. She's giving these suggestive looks, but to whom I can't pinpoint. A lot of people have come in and out of this house after all. What? You want to keep her from leaving her room? That might be for the best. With so much going so well, it makes me think even God's on my side. They could just talk it over with one another. But they won't, and they are deep in deeper and deeper shit for it. You're the only one I can trust, Maria. And the timing that night, my god, it was perfect. Hey, Jacopo. I could just be misreading her, but something seems off about the madam. Like she's been on edge or something. I tried to egg her into revealing what's going on, and she let slip that she might be going out somewhere tonight. She's not going with you, is she? You were going out to survey a construction site today, right? Then I'd suggest you get that taken care of quickly. Yup, and since it's late, no loud music. All you get is a little whistling, courtesy of me. We'll use the Great Hall. need to worry. Jacopo's out inspecting some factory or something today. After that, he's got a meeting, so he'll be staying the night elsewhere. And how would you know that? No, forget that. Does my staying the night elsewhere have any effect on you? You were just waiting for the opportunity, weren't you? I'm sure you know better than anyone. What is that smell? Perfume? When did you get perfume? And I have to say, you seem to be having quite the time. Look at you. You're out of breath, red as a beet. I made the right decision coming back. Where the hell were you going? I'm sorry. This is all my fault. If I hadn't asked you to dance, and me bringing the perfume only made things worse. She doesn't even suspect me in the slightest. And I was able to get that perfume to great use. Put that, whatever. That money-sucking leech, Tommaso, showed up at the perfect time, too. I'm pretty sure that's when Jacopo started getting actively violent. A jealous man is a wonderful thing. Always imagining the worst and making matters worse for it. Wow, is that you, Tommaso? It's been so long. What brings you here?
Oh, looky at who it is. It's Campanella. As a surprise, expect to see you this side of the Great Blue.
Oh, you know, I've been giving Jacopo a hand.
Huh. Well, color me impressed. After what happened, I would have thought you want nothing to do with him.
That was between our parents. Jacopo didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, be nice for all you younger generation to go through life without nothing to spark that kind of. Not that it's my place to.
No need to worry yourself about any of that. So, what brings you here, Tommaso?
I'm a little, you know how it is. Having a bit of trouble staying off.
I see. So you're here to beg for offerings. Pretty shameless, Tommaso.
When and having shame if it ain't making money. Toss that out with the chamber pot. Hell, might even make things easy if I just quit being human altogether. You know what I'm saying?
Are you that hard for cash?
Unfortunately, numbers were supposed to go up, but for some reason they end up going.
It's the worst. Line does not go up. That's the terrible thing. Uh-huh. Might be best if you kick the gambling habit.
How now? That's like telling me to go off myself.
I bet. So say, Tommaso, maybe I could pitch in a bit too.
Ain't it? That'd be a huge help.
There's seriously not a scrap of shame in you. However, in exchange, I'd like you to do something for me.
Someone whose face needs a visit from my fists? Depending on the number, I could also possibly cut him into chunks, toss him into the ocean for feeding the fishes.
Well, keep it clean. I'm not asking you to do anything like that.
What is it then that a lowlife like me can do?
It'll be easy. And it's nothing bad either. You're going to go talk to Jacopo, aren't you? Well, there's something I'd like you to tell him while you're at it. You know he's married, right? He can get pretty nasty with his wife, though.
Oh. Well.
She does, and she's religiously devoted to him, too. I've been trying to nudge things in the right direction to get her back on good terms with him, but I haven't had much luck.
Ain't that something? Should work out?
Normally, yes, but it's reached a point where I can't bear to sit back and watch it anymore. I don't like seeing the two of them in pain. I want to do something for them.
How noble of you. You're pretty devoted yourself, little lady.
I'm not important right now. Just doing the right thing. But the thing is, Jacopo won't hear a word of it. I figured maybe you, being a man, might be able to get through to him a little better than me.
Doubt he'll listen to either, to be honest.
Come on, you used to be really close, though. And I doubt he hates you.
Wouldn't be so sure. Anywho, talking something anyone can. What do you want me to tell him?
I need you to give him a bit of a scolding. Tell him the madam came to you asking for advice and that she accidentally let it slip. Excuse me. That the way he treats her day to day causes her grief.
This.
It works even better that way. She's so downtrodden. She can't talk to anyone about it. And she thought that maybe you, being family, might be able to help. She's never met you, but she's still latched on to that ray of hope. And I'm sure when Jacopo finds out she brought it up with family, he'll know he can't keep mistreating her. Things like this, they hit home harder when they come from someone on the outside.
You, decent point. Just remember, little lady, all I can do is bring it up with it. Can't guarantee it'll change nothing.
That's all I need you to do. Thanks a bunch, Thomaso. Oh, right, one more thing. This is some perfume that's grown quite popular recently. Ask him to give it to the madam as a gift. He won't take it, you keep it. Or if you want, whatever. Give it to another woman, sell it, whatever you want.
You, huh? Very thoughtful. Women do like getting gifts like that.
Yes, we do. If Big Bad Jacob gives her some of that, there'll be lovebirds again before you know it. I'm sure of it.
Never thought the day'd come when I got to play Cupid. Now I'm starting to get kind of excited about it.
Stay focused, Thomaso, and thanks. Also, you didn't hear any of this from me.
My lips are sealed.
I'm fine, just pulling the strings from the shadows. Their relationship is in complete shambles, and Jacopo still insists he fucking loves her. And the madam says she still believes in him. Huh. Seriously, how stupid can you be? Poor Jacopo. Poor madam. Now then, let's see where this boulder rolls to next, and how far it keeps rolling. Naturally, I'll be nudging it along its way. Because, after all, the play lives or dies by the director's hands. Yeah,
A house in Fata
I
Morgana.
mean, they both suck.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a competition.
Doesn't have
They
to
can
be.
both suck.
But if it was, she'd be winning.
If it were, yeah, if it were, I do think she may be winning.
The maid.
Master. Master. Are you shocked? Or do you instead lament this development? I was deeply sorrowful. Though to a lesser degree about Maria's true intentions and more my shameful inability to recognize her machinations. Yeah, that. At the time, I too believed that Maria was the white-haired girl's one and only ally. It was not until everything had drawn to a close that I discovered the truth. Then I know. Wait, then I now know how the tale ends, you say. Yes, that is correct. It took me a second to parse what I just said. It's like, then I now know what? Wait, what? Well, aware that it was not the case, I told you the story in a way that suggested she was on the white-haired girl's side. Oh my. I wonder if that constitutes lying to you, Master. I merely wanted to present the events to you in order, starting from the beginning when Maria's ill intentions were still veiled in shadow. I wanted you to know the same feeling of consternation I had experienced. The white haired girl continued to write letter after letter. They were all addressed to her dear husband, detailing her ever persistent love for him and her desire for their relationship to return to what it had once been.
That's fine.
Oh, God.
That's me. Abs.
Maria altered the letters before delivering them, however. She changed the addressee from Jacopo to another man. She would cut away the top of the page with Jacopo's name on it, and in the space below, write a different name. She could not have mimicked the white haired girl's handwriting for the full length of a letter, but Maria could make a single name look adequately similar. And it would, after all, be quite difficult to notice minor discrepancies in such a small quantity of text. Again, another ladder. Why does she keep writing these? To Jacopo's eyes, the modified letters looked like professions of love for another man. The more she inscribed her feelings for Jacopo, the greater the turmoil grew within his heart. How can you read a description of events like, man? Ugh. How terribly generic is your relationship that you think that, like, what she's describing could apply to anyone else but you? Wild. Even though her love was directed toward him. I can't believe what I'm reading. A restaurant more to your liking. I know it. You have been going out with other men, all the while pretending to be chaste in my presence. I still treasure the gift you gave to me, for God's sake. You have to be fucking kidding. But I've ensured she can't leave that room. She'll never see this man again. In time, she'll let go, and so will he. Listen to me, resigning myself to hope that everything will fix itself. How did I end up like this? Such a pitiful man I've become. On the surface, Maria acted quite heartbroken at the sight of their suffering. But when she returned to her room, the walls echoed with her cackles. She derived a great deal of entertainment from their squirming. The more they writhed in anguish, the deeper her satisfaction grew. And both the white haired girl and Jacopo continued to place their confidence in Maria, the one responsible for everything. The white haired girl never possessed a sense of distrust, and so she took everything Maria said as truth, continuing in her agony to write Jacopo letters. Letter after letter after letter. You're never gonna get a response, though. Not as long as I'm intercepting them. There's no way I'm allowing these or your love to get to him. I could just stop reading them. It would certainly make things easier. But if I don't, my imagination will run wild, fantasizing about her writing to this other man and what she might be putting in her correspondence. I'd be better off knowing the truth than torturing myself with fantasy. It's the better option. Jacopo accepted every letter Maria delivered, without fail. He would merely nod as he accepted it, his face contorted in discomfort, and then pore over the text when he was alone. I assumed he didn't. I assumed he did not want her to see his heart sinking into darkness. Had he put his trust in his wife rather than Maria, he would have almost certainly been able to realize the letters were directed at him, despite the altered recipient's name. Everything she wrote about concerned him, after all. How could someone who had lived an as isolated a life as her, have so many identical experiences with two distinct men? You would think that this would click, but why could he not find it in himself to trust her? Perhaps doubting her was simply easier. If you were in his position, would you trust her?
Implicitly.
I honestly, I have no idea. If I was getting gaslit this hard by somebody else, I mean, I'd like to think that my solution would not be imprison her in the shack I built.
And plus,
But,
you got an old childhood friend.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, man, I'd probably get got. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know.
But I would at least talk to. I'd have to talk to her myself.
Yes, there would have been an actual conversation that happened at some point here. She would have to work way harder than Maria has had to here, chopping the tops off and writing a new name on the My God, that's
Maria. How come these letters all have the same rip at the top at the same spot?
Wow, all of these I don't know. Yeah, all of these A's are very square in shape on your report card. It's strange. It's almost like anyway. Would you maintain your faith in her? Would you maintain faith in her, the woman who had waited so long? Would you believe the feelings she professed for you were genuine? She continued writing letters, day after day, week after week, without hiatus. She had, by and large, run out of things to say, but that did not put an end to her letter writing. She simply repeated what she had written before. Nevertheless, they did not see one another in person. The white-haired girl, forbidden from leaving her shed, could only wait for her husband to pay her a visit. An exhibition. Oh, that's right. There was one. It was a year ago. Got quite a bit of attention since it was supposed to have been held in Paris. Chicago World Fair, I think? I'm not sure. Can't remember which one moved. Yeah, I think they're saying it got moved. It was supposed to be in Paris, and I think it's somewhere in this ballpark there where they did one in, I think it was Chicago. I buy it. I couldn't tell you. I don't. My tether to it is through H.H. Holmes. I was busy preparing for our wedding. I had no time to attend an exhibition. And while I was doing that, giving you, a woman I had never met before, my full attention. It's a funny sentence to say. Yeah. Like, you were giving yours to a different man. Has this been going on for that long? Had he simply stepped up and taken action, he could have put an end to the stream of letters, each of which gave rise to further misunderstanding. He needed merely ask the white-haired girl in person to whom the letters were addressed, whether what they described were true, and the twisted threads of his confusion would have all been unraveled. But he made no such effort, relying instead on Maria to serve as his intermediary. I feel as though I have now, at long last, come to understand just what kind of man Jacopo was. A coward. While he had a great deal of pride in his capabilities, he had far less confidence in himself as a person. If he'd had faith in himself, perhaps he could have put faith in his wife as well. Had his pride not been so twisted, perhaps he would not have been so afraid of being hurt. Indeed, he was afraid. Afraid of being rejected by her. Afraid to face a reality where his beloved partner scorned him. Where the woman he loved laughed at him disdainfully. Where she and countless others mocked him. Man, imagine. Yeah, the thought of it paralyzed him. The environment in which he had been raised played a significant part in his state of mind, I expect. But occasionally, the name on the letter would change.
Oh, Maria's getting bold now. Multiple partners.
That's Maria was making the white-haired girl out to be having affairs with multiple others.
While never leaving the shed.
Yeah, that would be a difficult job to pull off, though. Like, if, like the headcanon of, okay, what events did she do with who? Yeah. Now, moving forward, you've got a really complicated game of, like, Sudoku to play.
Yeah, she's making it
figure out, who she can be writing this letter to. And, that's funny. She can never do any such thing, of course.
Because she was locked in a shed.
Right. Obviously, because... But Jacopo, thinking Maria to be his only ally, believed everything she said. If I could figure out who this man is and where he resides, I could make him tell me every last detail about his relations with my wife.
You could just ask her!
Well, but what if that information went public as a result? If news of her infidelity spread and were to reach the coast. Well...
Oh, hold on.
You're good.
There's all these answers.
I like it. Yeah, solid.
Limit to what we can accomplish. We don't turn our attention out. It will wither away and die. Not just family. The whole land will find family. I won't stand by and watch our methods worthy of. Unfortunately, previous media was took all we had to make a chunk of them. But I'm not like that. Neither are you, my son. Most I can do is lay the foundation to make it easy, which means everything rests on your shoulders. Both of you, society, family, future of this. Marriage is happening too quickly. It would be madness not giving us. You should be well aware of it. We need the Brizzotti name climbing the on order. We're going to have everything ripped out from under us. Woman isn't to your liking. Find another one. I don't give a shit. Going to be your wife name only. But listen to me. Must not allow. One of the most vital things to have in our society. Money, power, yes, those are. Respect. No one is going to try to on someone deems you weaker than courtesy goes out. trail spreads like a. Once that flame's lit, so you must not let anyone look down on you. You must not let anyone think you're the man a woman can walk all over. My fiance is ever kill her place above others. Climb to the top. Never be content with. Never forget. Wait. Carry on.
Yeah, maybe
This is your
his upbringing
responsibility.
had something to do with it.
Play the Berzati's in your hands. Kill anyone that stands in your way. Poverty is the root of all evil. Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still responsible for his own actions, but yeah, may have played a part. It's possible. I must keep intercepting her letters. I must keep her locked up. I still have work to do. I cannot allow anyone to learn how she's disgraced me. Kill her. That's how my old man says to handle it. That's the last resort. It's not yet. Ah, God damn it. It's downright wrong for me to even be having these feelings for someone. Fuck.
Esther, you okay?
Coming along. Oh, that's right. I had an inspection scheduled today. I'll be right out. Have him wait. I'm fine. I said I'm fine. It's not your job to try and infer my condition. Damn it. Keep it under wraps. Act like normal. It seems like you're nailing it, man. I don't know what to do. Seems like you're alright. You can at least do that much, damn you. Yeah. It's not the usual coachman. I also feel like I've seen him somewhere. What? Hey, speak up.
Die, Jacopo Berzati.
Oh, is it Maria?
There's a knife. Stomach. Oh
You'll
God,
want to watch
someone,
out for that.
anyone.
Hey, Gert. Silence. Don't make a scene. Call a doctor. Now I remember where I've seen him before. That's right. I put his factory out of business. I needed it out of the picture to expand my own business. Ah, I guess he held a grudge.
You
about
guess?
that. I should have been more careful. Blood flows with surprising abundance from a stab wound. Ah, it's not stopping either. Son of a bitch. The world is going white. Come on now. You have to be kidding.
Welcome to heaven, Jacopo. I've seen you've been very busy lately.
Oh boy. Let me tell you. Not a great look. Is this probably the maid?
I think this is probably Jacopo.
Oh, you think? Okay. I know very well what kind of man you are. You wouldn't hesitate to lead a blind man off a cliff if it furthered your own goals. Maybe it's Maria? Yeah. You make money off others' lives. Right? You stand on a mountain of corpses, cackling at everyone below you. For a man like you, love comes as naturally as flying. Guess what? You don't have any emotions, and you never have. You've always been this way. I have no idea. Yeah, I think it was Maria, or at least that felt like Maria to me. I don't know why. Hmm. Hmm. Was it they?
Gotta be Jacopo.
That's the white. I was gonna say the white-haired girl. Mockery.
Oh,
I don't know. Was day after day of mockery. You're just a bunch of nobodies trying to pretend your name means anything. They would say, sneering and glaring. Maria treated me as an equal, but she was the only one. I wanted to show them up. You were right, obviously. And to do that, I had to rise to the top, or at least high enough that I could laugh at them. My old man wasn't the only one who wanted that. I did too. I had to make them acknowledge that I had value as a man who actually wants to go through life being laughed at. I had to make them recognize that what I did had value, and I needed neither love nor compassion to do it. Or that's what I thought. In the beginning, I only ever intended to use that woman. I simply needed her to build a name for myself. When she served her purpose, I could simply cast her aside. That's what I thought. Or rather, that's what I endeavored to make myself think. But deep down, I felt bad for her. I pitied this woman who was being made to marry a man she'd never even met before. I'm sure what she really wanted was to have a regular marriage with somebody she loved. But because her family wanted to cling to their name, she wasn't afforded that opportunity. I wanted to do something for her. It didn't have to be anything grand. I genuinely wanted that. The day of our wedding was when I first saw her. Her face, partially obscured by the veil, was gorgeous. And crucially, she was smiling at me. I had expected to find only gloom and despondency in her eyes, but instead, she smiled. The moment I saw that smile, I wanted it to be a permanent part of my life. I truly did want to ensure she always had a smile on her face.
that's all. That's also been another recurring line with all the male leads of these stories, where like they just smile.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like weird, or I guess yeah, failed efforts to
Yeah.
work out a relationship of some variety. Is this my room? I'm alive. Damn it. Ugh, I feel nauseous. What what time is it? The world's a blur. So hot. What are you doing here? How did you make it out of... You're in the shed. Oh, I see. Maria opened it. Yes. Mm, no. Stay by my side for a little longer. My hand. Could you hold my hand? If you don't want to, that's fine. Your hand is quite cold. Or because you're a ghost. Ah. So, sorry about the whole imprisoning you thing. I've done some regrettable things to you. Please forgive me. I would have started with "I'm sorry." To tell you the truth, from the moment I first saw you, I felt like you were what I'd been searching for my whole life. Laugh if you'd like. I felt like I'd finally found you. But I couldn't act around you the way I honestly felt. Could you keep holding my hand until I fall asleep? If you don't want to, that's fine. Thank you. You appear to be quite delirious.
It was the maid he was talking to.
The whole time.
That's why her hand was cold.
That checks out. Well, I stand by my ghost comment, but those are things you should be telling your wife, not me. It was all a dream. Of course it was. It wouldn't be that easy. And she would never come to my room.
Locked her up.
Yeah, like as, she's always right. Or that. I mean, she's involved with other men. Jacopo, may I come in? I have I have another letter.
Huh.
Great timing. Yeah, weird. Apparently, she's dating somebody who just got stabbed in the stomach. I don't know what that's about. Imagine the coincidence. What are the odds? The white-haired girl's persistent letters did not improve anything, but simply stoked the flames of misunderstanding. This continued for several months.
Holy shit.
Fuck off. Nah. Though outside the sun shone with the gentle warmth of spring, the cold, bitter winds of winter still relentlessly blew between Jacopo and his wife. Not allowed to leave her shed and never receiving a reply to her letters, the white-haired girl's only source of information was Maria. Yeah, like seriously, basically solitary confinement that whole time. Bonkers. Week after week, her circumstances remained the same, but something else was beginning to show signs of change.
Oh, shit.
Her tenuous grasp on reality, yeah. Her mental state. It's pointless, madam. You're only wasting your time at this point. I saw him throw your letter into the fireplace. He's not going to read anything you write, no matter how much of your soul you pour into it. He cares more about money and work than love. That's the kind of man he is. Just give up and file for divorce already.
Go get them.
Maybe like include his name down the letter. I mean, I don't know, but there's no you can't. Do you have any idea what he says about you, madam? Jacopo doesn't trust you in the slightest. He goes around calling you a witch, a man-eating devil woman. It's awful. There's no one as pure and beautiful as you. feel like I've heard that before. Deja vu. Listen to me, madam. He never for a second actually loved you. He just wanted the influence attached to your name, wanted to mingle with the upper class. He used you.
Out together. Had the owner.
He was just trying to win your favor. If he really cared about you, he wouldn't have gotten you a paper toy. He would have gotten you something like a ring or a necklace or some perfume, a nice dress, something women really like. Has he ever gotten you anything like that? Sorry. I just couldn't stand to see you going through this, but I don't know when to shut my fat trap.
I was fine. Month or so, but 3
Yeah.
months in, I got to say something.
No, see, she wants her to file for
Yeah,
divorce,
she
I
does. Yeah.
think. So that'll be the inciting incident and for whatever bullshit follows. But like, yeah, I went too far. The last thing I need to be doing is hurting you worse. For everything I've said, your unwavering dedication is really impressive, madam. I know I've suggested you get a divorce, but to be honest, part of me doesn't actually want you to split up. Despite knowing you staying with him is just causing you pain. You've made it this far. I'd like to see you make it all the way. Maybe he actually will start paying attention. Your sweetness can melt even his heart of steel. Yeah, all right. Her dedication to him was perhaps closer to an obsession, but she did not seem to be conscientious of the fact that her obsession was killing her. She was visibly losing weight and her spirit was breaking down. It is said that emotions fade with time, but the opposite can also be true. The act of waiting, of fervently believing for so many months despite the object of one's affections not returning them, can tear apart a person's heart, crush their soul, shatter their spirit, no matter how radiant, how thick-skinned they may be. With enough time, it will wear anyone down. No one is immune. It's pointless, Jacopo. Wait all you want, you won't get her back. If she's going to be writing letters, she could at least write one for you. She looks so pure, pretty as an angel, but God Almighty, it's only how she looks. You've changed a bit. What have I? The old you would be yelling and screaming, chomping at the bit to go storming in on the madam. Now you just go quiet. I'm just a little tired. You could break it off then. What? You've already made a name for yourself in high society. Nobody's gonna suddenly start ignoring you. You've more than put her family's name to good use. To put it in your own words, it's no longer necessary. This isn't something I really want to say, but the madam has never liked you. She was married off to a total stranger and forced to leave her home. I'm sure she felt very alone, and so she sought the companionship of other men. Anyone who wasn't you probably seemed quite attractive to her. No, without getting violent or threatening to kill her or anything. Just end it already, quietly and without a fuss. It'll be easier for you that way. I I cannot. Because you still love her. That's wonderful, Jacopo. After everything, you still love her. That's just blind slavish devotion at this point. Goddamn. Perhaps it is foolish. It is a foolish, unhealthy obsession, but I still do not wish to sever ties with her. I cannot get the image of her smile out of my head. The look of utter elation on her face as she looked through the phenakistoscope.
We'll see that.
Right, wild. Those captivating eyes beneath the veil at our wedding. I will never, for as long as I live, forget those sights. Color me surprised. You're a real sentimental one. Well, I guess you always have been kind of mushy, haven't you? True to your heart, despite how you may look. That's not a bad thing, though, in my book. There's nothing but pain in it for you now, but all you can do is wait until she stops writing. But don't worry. If you need to let off some steam, I'm all ears. There. I'll be here for you until she breaks it off with the other men. No, that will not be necessary. What? I know very well that things cannot continue on as they are forever. I knew it from the beginning and still couldn't do anything. This time, I'm planning on facing her myself.
Finally.
Rutro. You serious, Jacopo? Yes. I've relied on you for too long. What, like, 3 months or something? I was afraid of what I might do to her, so instead I imprisoned her for months. I didn't want anyone to find out that my wife was being unfaithful. And I thought that the best way to ensure that was by locking her up away from anyone else. But the situation is not going to improve unless I do something. If I allow things to continue as they are, sooner or later, word of her infidelity will leak. So before that happens, I must face her myself. I must do something. It's probably best if you didn't. I'll tell her anything you want and make sure things start improving. I appreciate everything you've done, and I apologize for getting you involved in our troubles. But I'm going to end it now. No, I must put an end to it. This is a problem between me and her. You might get violent again if you go see her face to face. Yes, I might. I might do something that would look rather bad for me. But it's reached the point where, until the two of us face up to each other, it's never going to go away. It took me far too long. I wasted too much time trying to find my resolve. I see. You'll. Yeah, she's like, shit. Shit, 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 shit. 3 fucking months, it's been fine. What the fuck? Out of nowhere. Fuck. You'll need a way to break the ice then. Break the ice? Right. If you've got some convenient excuse to talk to her, it'll reduce some tension and make it easier to bring up what you need to bring up, right? Here's an idea. That transcontinental railroad you've been funding, that's supposed to be opening up pretty soon, isn't it? Yes, it is. There'll be a message by telegraph when it happens, right? You can ask her to be there to hear it. And then you can invite her to ride on the first train. You put your heart and soul into this project, and it's finally being realized. It's going to be an amazing day for you, and a day like that's ripe for more good things to happen. It's going to be the accomplishment of a lifetime. Don't look so down in the dumps. You're sending trains across this massive continent, carrying on them the people of this country's dreams. Who says you can't stick a dream of your own on it too?
Give it to her. She is.
Yeah, that's but I mean, like, okay, yeah, you're right. I should wait for non-specific number of days here. Like, well, you were about to just solve this. Why don't you
Yeah.
just go? Dumb. Right. Yes, you'll have a point. A railroad that spans from coast to coast. She's a sickly girl, which makes long trips difficult. But this new rail system should make them much less straining. It will allow me to show her the world. Yeah, yeah, that's perfect. I'm getting excited myself. It's it'll go great, I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Sure, it will.
Yeah. Good, I've got time. I can spin this. Ha ha! Ah, ah. Oh, God, my fucking sides. Seriously, they're a goddamn riot. The both of them. They keep on trusting me and keep on getting hurt. They don't have to be going through any of this. It's like a CW show. Oh my God, Maria, you're terrible. And these people call me the Holy Mother. I bet the real Mary's rolling in a fucking grave. Haha. Now, I must say, I wasn't expecting you to make a move, Jacopo. A shame that. The squirming loser, paralyzed by insecurity, is a better role for you. If they do end up figuring it out, tough shit. Doesn't hurt anything, just takes away a bit of my fun. I don't understand why he's so infatuated with this railroad. I mean, I do sort of get romanticizing steel, but my kind of steel's a little smaller scale. Anyway, I suppose it's about time to get things moving. No matter how this plays out, you will not have a happy ending, Jacopo. You're going to get a real taste of just how much I despise you.
Maria! Maria! Oh, there you are.
What is it? I'm on break right now.
Assigned to clean the cellar today, weren't you? Well, head maid saying it hasn't been done yet.
I'm sorry, was I unclear? Break. I'm on it. Fuck off. What? I did. I cleaned it. Just casual once over, but hey.
Well, do it again and do it right this. If you don't, it's gonna fall on me.
And that's supposed to make me give a damn. Yeah, that's not a threat.
I mean it. You take care of it. Enough special treatment as it is.
Yeah, right. I heard you the first time. I'll take care of it.
Don't you forget it.
Is she gone? I was sort of monologuing there. Ugh, what a pain. Who cares if the damn cellar is clean? Not like anyone's bringing guests down there. Yeesh. I guess I should take care of it. Better that than a tongue lashing by the head maid. God, why did I have to be a maid anyway? What a dank place. Ugh, it's so dark and humid down here. Makes me feel gross. Ugh. Hmm? Someone there? Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Came from farther in. Whoa, it's seriously dusty back here. Who was supposed to clean this last week? They'll clean the whole thing next time, damn it. This makes my job harder. Yeah. disgusting. Ugh, damn cobwebs. Oh god. Oh dear god. I do not want to clean this. I thought it was a body. I thought for sure that was stumbling over a body. Ow. Oh, for God's sake, stack this stuff properly. Now I've got to fix this whole mess. Ah, for the love of... What's this? Something carved into the floor. Never noticed this before. Someone get bored one day? What do we have here? It's mostly illegible. Let's see. Bum bum bum. Oh, it's not written. It's not written in English, but my native language. But it's not modern. It's really archaic. Why on earth would an old form of my country's language be carved into the floor of a mansion built here in the New World? Most of it's illegible, but I can make out one section. Our lives. Our lives shall be forfeit to the witch's curse. Nevertheless, we must lay bare those who, with sin upon their souls for the redemption of those whom are pure. Should you mean not to dispel your curse, we implore you, O witch, we implore of you, O witch, to mark with it only their bloodlines, the blood of the sinners, flows through those who dwelt within this house, but not I. What in the... A witch? That's crazy. That's crazy. But why does the handwriting look like mine? It's just coincidentally similar. No one's handwriting is perfectly unique after all. Why am I so sweaty? It's not that hot down here. Nope. Forget it. Didn't see a thing.
I respond.
Smart. Yep, exactly. Like weird. Nope. Out. File that under didn't happen.
Nope.
Not a chance it's real. Just a tasteless prank. This is silly. There's something in this box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Is that a painting? Has that always been here? Huh? White hair, fair skin. Is this the madam? But then, why is the face all torn up? And her clothes look really old-fashioned. Painting seems worn and faded too. Something about it feels off. Not sure how to describe it. It's very creepy, unsettling. Writing on the floor and this painting. What is with this house? It's just a painting. Nothing to get weirded out over. I bet I know what happened. Jacopo probably slashed it up in a fit of jealousy. He is a simple man. Seeing this probably wouldn't put him in the best mood. It's dusty enough, clearly, that you went through cobwebs. Nobody's been back there in like months.
No. More believable.
Right, I guess. I don't know. You would be trying to find a simple solution. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh.
You're like a witch, my dear. Like a demon. Your very presence brings misfortune upon others. You're cursed.
Hi.
Dude, that's a wild degree of like. Imagine hiring a painter to
Yeah,
make a portrait
just
so
so you
you can
can.
fuck it up.
What did
Like
I?
today, printing out a picture where you fucked the face up is like wildly
Yeah.
over involved. But like, anyway, sorry.
Doing it.
You worthless tramp. Are those ears only for show? This house has no need of a garden. I always thought you had at least some sense of taste. Silence. It's all your fault. Every last thing. Then say goodbye to your freedom. I'll kill you. Oof.
Hamilton. Ghana.
The Pacific Railroad's last spike ceremony was drawing nearer by the day. That day was, coincidentally, the deadline the two of them had set for themselves, Jacopo to confront his wife and the white-haired girl to wait for him. And as that day approached, she continued to write letters. She wrote the letters purely by force of habit despite having been worn visibly thin. I expect that she could not stop, that the act of writing was all that kept her from going mad. By focusing her attention on another person through her letters, she was able to maintain her grip on herself. But that day would put an end to her suffering and despair. When the railroad was completed, all their misunderstandings would be cleared up. They would return to the smiling, happy couple that they had been when they were first married. Mm-hmm. The harsh winter would finally come to a close, melting away into the past, allowing them to step into the future. With constant prayer in my heart, I impatiently awaited the railroad's opening ceremony. I do not, after all, wish for anyone to fall into any kind of misfortune, she lied. And that goes for you as well, Master. Now, Master, the door is soon to be shut on this era. Are you prepared to see what happens next? I see. Very well. And allow us to make our way to that final day. See with our own eyes, Master, how this tale concludes. And please, do not let go of my hand. The night before the opening ceremony, the master of the house headed for his wife's shed. There was a tension on his face, but a surety in his step. He had found the resolve to speak with her. Having locked her away for so long in the shed like a common prisoner, or, garden implement, Jacopo was hardly optimistic about what she might say to him. He had undeniably mistreated her, said heartless and cruel things to her, and even gotten physically violent with her. His actions were inexcusable, even if they were in response to her infidelity. Of course, the very infidelity which had driven him to such behavior had not, in fact, taken place, but he was unaware of that. There was a chance that he would never reconcile their misunderstandings, and that this predicament would not have a positive resolution, but he still clung to a tiny fragment of hope. He wanted to start over with the white haired girl, to make a new future with her. With that desire burning strong in his heart, he stood before the door to her shed and called out to her. Are you awake? It's me, Jacopo. May I come in? I won't hurt you. I will not raise my hand against you again. I swear to you, I will do you no harm. Besides the violent imprisonment thing. I just wish to speak. I would like to have a calm, rational conversation. And as such, I will not enter your room until you have given me your permission. So, may I please come in? Oh, dang, she didn't make it. You won't even give me a response. All right. Considering how you must feel about me, I shouldn't be surprised. Fine. Then you don't have to let me in. But please, at least hear me out. Do you remember the day shortly after we first met when we went on our honeymoon? If you can even call the little walk we took a honeymoon. I was unable to do anything nice for you then either. I had no experience, no idea how to interact with an upper class woman like you. I didn't know what I should do for you. And yes, I know that makes me sound juvenile. I have a tendency to say things I don't mean the more perturbed I get. I'm sure I said things to hurt you numerous times that day. However, at the photography shop, when you saw the phenakistoscope, you smiled for me. I was genuinely pleased in that moment. I felt like I had gotten closer to you. I very much doubt that was actually an appropriate present for a noble woman like yourself. Jewels or flowers or something like that, something beautiful, would have certainly suited you better. And I knew that, but I assumed you would have been given gifts like that countless times in the past. You are, after all, a beautiful woman. I did not want to have to compete on the same field as those other men. I wanted to be special. No, I wanted to be unique to you. No one had ever shown you anything of the sort before, had they? Frankly, I wasn't sure if a woman of your status would take any interest in a phenakistoscope at all. I imagine you've thrown it out by now, but I choose to believe you sincerely liked it on that day. That if just for a moment I caught your eye, even if you started seeing other men afterwards, that moment was real, wasn't it? Our marriage was, at its core, nothing but an arrangement between our parents, an exchange of money and influence. That was how it began, but that day I loved you. I yearned to see you smile, as if I had loved you my entire life. The Pacific Railroad has finally been completed. That's the project I've been funding. Everyone thought it was crazy, but a railroad now stretches across the breadth of this country. A joining ceremony will be held tomorrow. It's going to be a grand event. Locally, they're planning on doing a gun salute. And the sound of the last spike being driven into the ground will be transmitted across the country via telegraph. Is that... I don't know how telegraphs work, but I didn't think that they conveyed direct sound in that way. Yeah, okay. Not crazy. I have procured a telegraph so we can listen to it here in the mansion. Like, it should be a phonograph. Or,
Right.
I think. I don't know. Actually, no, it'd be a radio of some variety. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Good point. In your condition, you would probably have trouble handling the crowds at the telegraph station. But here, you could celebrate in the comfort of your own home.
Well, it would come through like Morse code, wouldn't it? Like,
but I don't know if because it's not like there's no like microphone on the on the
no, it wouldn't get the actual
end
sound. It would be like a transcription of when writing the events.
Yeah, like, but I don't. It'd just be somebody hitting one of the buttons down, or the plunger, or whatever they call it, on like when the guy taps it, and that's not.
That's not the same.
It's like tangentially related, but I wonder. Sorry, I'm gonna look at the radio invention. Dude, in the 1890s, Marconi was okay. They could have had this by weather, right? What year are we? Oh, I was off by 100 years. It wasn't 1960s, obviously, but I thought we were closer to 1900s. Okay. then yeah, I don't know what they are doing there. That's weird. But here you could celebrate in the comfort of your own home. I suppose what I'm saying is it's like Netflix. I want to celebrate this with you, you know, telegraph and chill. Um, I have made arrangements to make that possible for you because I wish to have you there with me. There you go. Would you be willing tomorrow to celebrate the completion of the Pacific Railroad with me? Would you be there at my side? Please say something. I want to start over. I know very well what I've done to you. You may be at fault yourself, but what I did what is unacceptable. But
You were wrong,
what
but
I
I
did,
was wrong too.
yeah, like not a great apology. No, yeah, anybody hearing people, I only did it because I love you so much. Another big
Yeah.
old red flag. But what I did was a consequence of my overpowering love for you. I swear it. Why? Why will you not answer me? Say something. Anything. Please, please. You can hear me in there, can't you? If you don't want to, you can just say no. If you do reject me, I'll set you free. I won't hurt you, I promise. The door is not locked. Who opened it? Hello? A humid breeze brushed against his cheeks. The drawn lace curtains appeared to have a glow in the gentle moonlight. The white haired girl was not in her room. Where? Where have you gone? Stupefied, he glanced around his wife's chambers. To my eyes, the neatly organized room appeared no different than any other day. But to his eyes, it was pale and hollow. For the one who was supposed to be there, who was supposed to be waiting for him, was not present. He could not hear could not hear her voice from anywhere in the shed. In its place echoed a dry rustling, a sad, pitiful, empty whisper of a noise. It came from the lone object left abandoned atop her desk. The phenakistoscope. It was the one present Jacopo had ever given the white-haired girl, a toy made of paper. When spun and viewed in a mirror, it created the illusion of a man and woman dancing. You still had this? That's ridiculous. I assumed you had thrown it out. The white-haired girl had evidently made considerable use of the phenakistoscope. The paper was visibly worn and tattered, warped in places, and had even begun to yellow. It spun slowly in the wind, rustling, rustling, and rustling, spinning in an endless reminder of that day the year before, though there was no longer anyone around to look through it. Why? But you were with other men. Why would you keep something I gave you? It's so worn. Why? Yeah, I guess they hadn't really figured out pansexual yet. A
Yeah.
letter. Beneath the ever rotating phenakistoscope lay a single sheet of paper. As if drawn to it, he scanned the contents of the parchment. It was a letter addressed to Caro mio Jacopo. Probably my love, Jacopo. The salutation, written in his native language translated as follows: My beloved. Oh, there you go. Nice. Yeah, the kerning's bugging me.
Have a look. This is
Mm-hmm. Random capitalization.
so. railroad was that you might invite me. I am I'm going to take my cover. Record of writing. Ears are ringing. Voice whisper. Maybe it's able to write. Oh, loved you.
Ah,
Dun dun dun.
what? What the hell is this? He was visibly rattled, and unsurprisingly so. The mention of the Transcontinental Railroad's opening ceremony, the letters she had written, her dearest treasure, her profession of love for him, and above all, the mangled text that appeared to have been written by someone not entirely in their right mind. Everything about it seemed served to amplify his befuddlement. You waited for me. How can that be? The joining ceremony is tomorrow. It hasn't happened yet. Why why did you have to leave then? I'm here. I came for you just as I planned. The ceremony is on the 10th. Yeah, but Maria must have said the 9th or whatever. A second later, Jacopo gasped. The date written on the letter was the day prior, May 8th. Oh, yeah, it did say 8. Originally, the ceremony was planned to be held on a May 8th, 1869. However, due to bad weather and a labor dispute, it had been postponed for 2 days. This can't be. I made sure you were informed. I had Maria. Maria. The madam is having an affair. Maria. No, you couldn't. Scattered fragments of memory began coming together in his mind. It's the Kobayashi
Yeah.
sequence and Usual Suspects.
That one meme of the what's her face with the math flying by.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So Maria was the only one who had informed him of his wife's supposed unfaithfulness, and though the letters had not been addressed to him, thinking back on it, they had all been about him. The one letter she had mentioned treasuring a gift. In one letter, she had Jacopo, whatever. Jacopo. I don't know why I suddenly decided it's a Jaco. Anyway, it meant a gift from another man. But in fact, she had been referring to the phenakistoscope sitting atop her desk, still spinning in the wind. At long last, he finally made that connection. And at the same time, he realized that the only person who could have altered the letters was someone they both trusted, Maria. Never. She never, even once, betrayed me. She was not unfaithful at all. She waited unwaveringly for me. And I refused to believe her. I caused her pain again and again. But his realizations came far too late. The white-haired girl's spirit had broken, and she was no longer at the mansion. Had he caught on to Maria's machinations sooner, things would not have turned out as they had. But he was much too late. Maria, why? Why would you do this? Clenching the letter from his wife, Jacopo stormed out of the shed in search of Maria. But, but she was not in the room assigned to her. Where are you? Where have you gone? Maria! Several maids were roused from their slumber by the racket, but no one had the courage to speak up as the master of the house frantically charged through the halls. Eventually, he arrived at his own chamber. He was certain he had closed the door before leaving, but now a sliver of light shone through the gap between it and the frame. From within the room, he thought he could sense someone's presence. When he opened the door, there he saw comfortably perched upon his own chair a woman. I've been waiting, Jacopo. Nice room you got here. Though I guess that's only natural, you being the man of the house and all. All these fancy furnishings. You do know this stuff's too good for you, right? And then me, I get that barren little maid's room. Drives me up the wall. So hey, Jacopo, clear the air with your little lady yet? Maria. I love that look on your face. I'm guessing you didn't make things better then. You know, good and well, that she's not even here anymore. Well, yeah, but I still want to hear you say it, you know? I want to hear it from your own mouth that you couldn't keep a leash on your woman, so you locked her up, drove her mad, broke her down, and then she ran away from you. Go on, say something. Climb back on your high horse and start shouting like you always do. Why, Maria? Why would you do this? Why? Why do you think? Because I fucking despise you. I'd been trying to figure out how I wanted to end things, but then they just fell apart on their own. The fates are smiling down upon me, I guess. Nonsense. She was waiting for me until the day of the joining ceremony. And I was going to see her on that day. You knew the ceremony had been postponed. That's what you get for putting it all in my hands, for thinking that I'm the only one on your side. What, do you think I'd just tell her like a good little maid? Not a chance in hell. I mean, talk about some fantastic news. You both pick the same day, but you've got the dates different. Absolutely perfect. Shakespearean shit, really. Maria, is that how you've always felt? How long have you held this grudge against me? How long? How long? How goddamn dense can you be? Must be nice living in your little fantasy world, Jacopo. And this is the next Capo Familia. Oh my god, my sides. So you've... Oh, whoops. So you've always hated me? At the very least. I fucking loathed you since the minute we had our reunion. At first, I did try to convince myself you had your reasons. Didn't make it feel any less unfair, though. You had all your money and all your power and everything else you stole from me. And you go and get hitched to this pretty little lady. So don't try and act like you're the victim here. This is all on you. Do you have any idea how I felt? Fallen from grace, made your goddamn maid, having to suck up to you. Do you have any idea how infuriating that was? Or do you think I didn't know anything? Did you think I didn't suspect anything? If you did, then you had your head way up in the clouds. So you were motivated by your grudge against my family, the Berzatis? Precisely, that's exactly it. Your father wanted so badly to be the Capo Familia, wanted so badly to be in power, that he murdered my dad and grandpa. They say it was a carriage accident. The ground was all torn to hell where it happened. You want to tell me what kind of carriage accident causes it to explode?
I mean, got a point.
It's one involving a fuel truck? I don't know. As soon as my dad and grandpa died, your dad took over as capo familia. The balance of power in the factions began to change. My family, and anyone who had ties with the Campanellas, was either exterminated or exiled. The Berzadis took control of the city. My grandpa's Cosa became your Cosa. Not one in their right, no one in their right mind would would be naive enough to think the Berzadis didn't have a hand in that. The great Campanella family, bitten by their pet dog, except that dog had rabies, and as a result, in time, that lush historic land would wither away and die. My dad and grandpa, buried upon that dried up earth, are screaming in their graves even now. You can't prove me wrong, can you, Jacopo? And now, first in line to be the next capo familia is you, his son. Naturally. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Don't it? Slaughtering my family, leaving us to wallow in the mud, while you live here like a fucking king. Because of what your family did, I don't have a home to go back to anymore. No house, no prestige. I have nothing left. And that's goddamn outrageous. The Campanellas are supposed to run that city. But instead, you filthy Berzadi curs are crawling all over it like it's some kind of infestation. I am a legitimate Campanella, but I'm stuck being your goddamn maid. If I hadn't been born a woman, I could have become the Capofamilia after my dad and grandpa died. But because I'm a woman, I couldn't retaliate. I just had to sit on my hands and watch the tragedy unfold. It was absolutely miserable. So I had to make you suffer as well. I had to make you I had to make you twice as miserable as I was. You had no reason to hate anyone but me. Why did you make her a part of this? Did you have some grudge against her too? Not particularly. I actually rather liked the madam. Sweet, pretty, kind-hearted, timid, and fragile. Trusted every word I said. A splendid little toy. You thought of her as your toy? Now. Can you really call me out for that? You can't. You have no right. You never cared one bit about anyone else. They're all footstools to you. It's a little too late to find yourself a sense of morality. This whole thing, it could have been avoided if you two had just had a single conversation. But instead, both of you came crawling to me, saying, "You're my only ally, Maria." How dense can you be? Of course, I thought you were my ally. I trusted you, as I'm sure she did too. And you should get your eyes examined, because you can't see a damned thing. Maria. My God, it was beautiful. The way you two blindly trusted me, creating your own misunderstandings and causing your own pain. How you could never seem to get on the same page. Watching it all fall apart. Maria, is that everything? The extent of your grudge and all you did? Yep. That's everything. All that's left. Murder. Yep. Is for me to kill you. I did hit that right, at least, technically. Hey, nice. It's the bullet she gave. That's narrative symmetry. We do like that. Hold still now. I wouldn't want to miss. Maria, you. Does our past mean nothing to you? Was that oath just an empty promise? How could it, when you remember it so clearly? Fine. I'll explain it for our little romantic boy. Right. Bad grown-ups will even take advantage of good memories. It's time I finally return this to you, Jacopo. Blech. The cartridge you gave me, packed with your disgusting sentimentality. Killing you ain't the end, though. All you Berzodi curs. I'll send every last one of you straight to hell. My revenge has just begun. Even if even if you had been a man, you wouldn't have been a suitable capo familia. You should have aimed between my eyes, Maria. Kabang. Jacopo. Ah. What? Why?
Yeah, I don't know if you get that out in
Why?
time.
Is why? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if why is really the question I'd be asking. But I guess you've got a bullet in your brain. It's not firing on all cylinders. Why? Why? How could you do this to me? In a panic, I pulled the trigger, and from the barrel, a bullet went flying, quite literally between her eyes. Would anyone ever believe me if I said this wasn't how I wanted things to turn out? Rain just keeps on coming. Wonder if we'll be able to go home today. Hey, Jacopino, say something, you little wuss. Be quiet. You're gonna give me a headache. The lightning's way louder than me. Eek. Ha ha ha. You jumped, Jacopino. You're such a baby. You jumped too, and stop calling me that. Don't be scared. Whoops. God damn it. Right. Don't be scared. Don't cry.
Don't cry.
Why? Yeah, I don't know how to do that in a British accent for sure. I'm not crying. Your eyes are damp too. I'm not crying. Not at all. Not one bit. Liar. God damn it. Messing them all up. There's no end to this rain, is there? I'm fine if it doesn't stop. There's nothing at home for me. You don't want to go home? Your parents don't get along, huh? That's got nothing to do with it. Liar. You've got it. Oh, you've got it good. Everyone loves your grandpa. Whenever anyone needs something, they come to him. Now there's a great man. Huh? How'd my grandpa become part of this? Oh, no reason. Not everyone likes him. He gets just as much hate as love. Grandpa's not really a model citizen. He's mostly just shrewd. Are you jealous? I'm not. My old man is, though. Oh, is he now? Well, your dad's got his good points too, I think. Like, I don't know, he seems like the kind of man who can accomplish big things. Though he seemed a lot stricter than my grandpa. Oh, come on, I don't get you. What are you clamming up for? No reason. If you don't want to go home, then how about we go somewhere far away from here? Huh? Once it stops raining, let's get out of here. Head up to the capital, find some work. We can make it work, the two of us. Oh, and we'll bring Nero, of course. If we could, that would be nice. Break free of this city and its outdated traditions. Head somewhere bigger, more forward thinking. If only it were possible. It's all right, Maria. I know you were just joking. We wouldn't be able to find work anyway. If the two of us ran off, we'd be starving in a month. You'd have to be blind not to see that. Right. let's go home once the rain lets up. Yeah, once it does. But until then, I know, let's sing. Sing even louder than the lightning. Then maybe you'll stop crying, Jacopino. I am not crying. Uh-huh. Come on, let's sing. La 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 la. La 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 la. Maria, I may not have put it in the words, but I trust you understand that I consider you a dear friend.
Still going.
It is.
Listen to me, Jacopo. My actions were just... I did what I did for the city. Tell us, conserve progress, and you don't push. For long, you will be made the next. But until that day, you will cross over to the world and establish the coast. Unify us, bolster, make us. I won't let the count tell us. What? You want Maria? Look, it's dangerous. Company. Fine. Taking care. But do not let your guard down around. Frail is giving you my revolver. Get on.
Hey.
Glory ever.
Best I can give you is a job at my maid, as my maid, whatever. If I show you any more obvious preferential treatment, the Bizzatis are liable to step in. Money, power, respect, and enough authority to not take orders from anyone. I thought that if I could obtain all of that, I would be able to give you your freedom, and her as well. I wanted to give you both comfortable lives. But none of that got through to either of you.
Maybe you've just fucking talked about it.
Yeah, right? Fucking talk about it, be about it. Everything is slipping through my fingers. Her love, my friendship with Maria, arguably not a real thing that ever, I mean, may have existed at some point, but, you know, both of their smiles.
Master, Master. Oh, what was that sound? Oh, so much blood. Oh, Maria. Oh, what happened this time?
You keep getting stuck witnessing the worst things. Oh, God.
What?
Like people inserting things into my stomach forcibly. Call a doctor, please. Someone with tight lips. Do not call the police. And don't make a scene. Got it? If so, then go on.
Yes, sir.
Right. Not everything has slipped from my grasp. My money and influence are all that's left. This is what you wanted, though, is it not? That is what you wanted, though. You saw money and power, no? Aren't you gonna go? Yes, I will. But first, I would like to ask you something. What do you intend to do from here? What am I gonna do? Exactly the same as before. There was but one thing for me to do. I see. Will you eventually find solace in your riches? The way I see it, money and power can be your ally, but they can become your enemy in a blink of an eye. If you do not put them into words, your feelings will never make it through to anyone. For unlike money, humans are not measurable by their appearance.
Or miserable.
I mean, arguably, yeah. Sometimes you get a pretty good vibe from looking at somebody, but he failed to communicate to anyone what he held within his breast. He was chained down by his place in society, his pride, his relationships, and his own heart. Couldn't just say he wants his, wife back, because the house would have brought her back. And at some point, he found himself in a position where he was no longer able to speak his mind. Is he because he was dying? Oh. After enough time, he likely forgot how to be genuine at all. Or perhaps someone like him simply would not, even if they knew how. In any event, there are many things in this world that cannot be communicated without being put into words. How sad that his tale should end without him expressing how he truly felt. How hard it must have been to never clear up his misunderstandings. After Jacopo's confrontation with Maria, the Pacific Railroad was completed as scheduled. Celebratory cheers shook the new world as the last spike was driven into the rails. Jacopo, however, could not even manage a smile listening to the telegraph. And I am sure you could take a guess as to why. The people with whom he wished to share that moment were not there. Shortly following her death, Jacopo held a private funeral for Maria. Then he commenced a search for the white-haired girl. But he did not do so alone. He hired others to help and did everything in his power to find her, tirelessly searching for many, many years. However, he was never able to locate her, and he has spent the remainder of his life alone. Money, power, renown, servants. The world around him was always quite lively, but solitude was his only companion. He waited and he waited and he waited for the white-haired girl to return. The years crawled by with no family or loved ones at his side to care for him in his old age. He died alone. Nice happy ending.
And so closes the third door.
Choke. Oh man.
And we're gonna call it here only because there is a big shift about to occur. I think we can
Okay.
save for and I'll only say this much. Now I obviously we're gonna go the distance, but this game has the story has multiple endings, 8.
Oh wow.
And one actually comes at the end of the third door if you so choose to take. We're not going to.
Gotcha.
Because
no.
I know you want answers.
Yeah, I am curious about what the hell's going on here.
Yeah, so we're gonna save that for Thursday because we're gonna get a little different now. And
very cool.
Yeah, but we'll save that surprise anyway. And I got to work in the morning, so we're gonna call it here. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in so far and watching this third door. And
Yeah.
till then, live every month on Thursday. You can subscribe to the channel or join. Want to
Yes.
oh well, it's still going
Can't win them all. It's a big investment project.
Big investment.
Here, all right.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for us tonight.
Oh boy.
Bye.